My music, y'all can hell it Keller, it's awesomeness. Whether it's free or I'm selling it. I'm benching Austin Rivers like the Clippers and the Pelicans. In other words, I'm in the gym like Pam from The Office is.
This is the coma. Coma. This is the coma.
Culture on methamphetamine.
Coma. I look at our culture and I mean, we're in a coma, basically. That's how I came up with the name. And what I mean by that is, you know, my wife and I will go to a restaurant and we'll sit and watch other couples or families, and you see cell phones in their faces. I mean, we're just kind of this zombie culture who just go along, move along. The older I get, the more I realize that people don't really want the truth. They want to live in this kind of game surreal life. So that's why I kind of chose the name Coma. And then within that is culture on methamphetamines. The methamphetamine is a drug, actually, for ADHD, but used recreationally, it's abused. And with that medication, you get a bunch of different side effects. And one of them is euphoria, which leads back to that, you know, living another life or trying to escape reality.
Man, forget what the other ones say. I'm on the verge of buying a plane with my last name in graffiti.
So what happened was, I got my motivation from some of the stuff, some of the backlash I got from some of my political thoughts on Facebook, and some of the, you know, some of the what I call haters. You know, they came at me. So it's kind of a response to that. So I took what I thought about culture and took some of the backlash I've been getting on Facebook from some of my political rants and kind of meshed them together in this one conglomeration. And then that's how I came up with the name Coma and all that stuff.
Facebook is dangerous, isn't it?
It is definitely dangerous, dude. It's fun though. I have a lot of fun with it.
I swear I got no filter. They say I got no filter. I say it's one way I can play it, and the only thing I can say is
It was supposed to be a mixtape at first anyway. It wasn't supposed to be an album. But once he backed out, I thought to myself, okay, I have to make this interesting, but I have half material here. So the difficult part was going back to what I've already written and finishing that, but keeping it on subject. I already had an idea for my fourth album. It was already basically, the songs were already basically written, so I had to go back and rewrite songs and I'm not one artist like a lot of artists today. They'll record 40 songs and then only pick like 16. I'll record like 20 songs and use all of them because I don't think any songs will go to. I don't like to waste songs. Basically, I think all my songs are tight. Basically, so it was hard to pick the right songs for this particular project and finish them and keep them on concept. I don't think the culture of hip hop can grow unless you bring something to it. And I think that my goal has always been to take, for instance, the most hardcore country music star or music fan and bring them to hip hop. Now, if I can bring a hardcore country music fan to like my music, that's a fan for life. So that's just an example. I just want to reach out to, you know, the 50-year-old woman or the 50-year-old man who might not listen to hip hop, bring them in. That's adding something to the culture. This album is completely theme-based. It's concept-based, and I got a lot of flack from saying a particular politician's name in it. Basically, every song except two.
That's nonsense, and you should know better.
Purposes of this interview, I'm going to say he who shall not be named. I'll call him that. But anyway, so and that's on purpose. I did it on purpose because if you notice from top to bottom, I actually mentioned that, okay, I'm not popular because I say this. And also, there are consequences, as you notice, toward the end of the album, for me being the way I am, outspoken politically.
That's why in the back of that white truck.
will I ever see the sunlight again? One nights with friends, one nights with kids. Guess I'm headed to the underground with them. Nobody said it'd be days like this, but if you're the realest of the real, then you feel like I feel still.
It's taught me that I'm gonna lose a lot of friends and family relationships because of me telling it like it is, so to speak. And I find it interesting that relationships can be damaged because of how I feel about a third party. I think that's hilarious. There's actually a song called Coma, and that touches on some certain aspects of society, but I think all of them touch on certain aspects of society. I expected backlash, yes, I did. That's what it's all about, really, to get people to think. You know, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just trying to point out what I see from my perspective.
Feel like a giant in the playpen, killing competition every week, just like Nick Saban. Haters will hate, so let them hate then. Apparently I'm going to hell for the numbers on my bank statement.